Good afternoon, friends, and welcome. I'll be sharing live trades and results with you. We'll be evaluating how well these trades work out. We'll be benchmarking this against the S&P 500. I'm expecting to be outperforming it every month. Along the way, I'll also be sharing some lessons I've learned about investments, trading, and building wealth. And of course, the mandatory disclaimer. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It should not be interpreted as advice. And with that, let's get into it. Welcome to Trade 25. As you might remember, we took a little bit of a loss on our last trade, and what we're hoping to happen is the market to drop a little bit more and come in at a little bit lower price. But as you can see, the market did drop a bit, but rallied toward the end of the day and came back up to just about where we exited. So we're going to go ahead and put an order in here. Adam decided to go ahead and go in. And you can see that in two ways. One is the blue line on the chart, and the other is the blue bar on the matrix to the right. You can see the number of shares that we're trying to buy and that it's a buy order. All right, one thing that I do want you to notice on this is this order takes a little bit of time to actually fill. And on our last trade, I was showing you how sometimes you just have to be patient. On this particular order, we're going to change our price a couple of times. I'm going to let you watch that happen. You know, it's still several minutes into this order. It's not filling in any capacity. Our prices that we're trying to get the order in is at 58.30. You can see that by the blue bar on that same line. And the last price is 58.31, so it's close, but not quite there. So what we're trying to do as we try and get this order filled is we're going to go ahead and bump our price up a little bit to 58.31. You can see that here, and the order does start to fill. That's good news. It's still taking a long time. We're several minutes into this order, and you can see we've got a partial fill on our orders. You can see we have a position there, but about half our order has been filled, half is still pending. So we continue to chase the price here a little bit, and you're going to see another adjustment coming in here. Okay, you can see that we've even come up with our order price to 58.34 to try and get this to fill. And it does finally fill, and we're in. So that's the beginning of trade 25. Let's see what happens on the following day. And what we're hoping is that the next day the market will go up, and it started out with a little pullback. We're watching that carefully, but throughout the day it seemed to do pretty well, and we ended up getting a little bit of a gain here. You can see our order going in. It does take a little bit of time to fill. We're still trying to get it to fill, but ultimately the order does complete. And we are out of trade 25. Let's head over to our tracking sheet and see how we did. All right, before we get into the actual tracking numbers, I do want to mention one thing. The portion of the video that you saw so far took a couple of minutes to watch, but the actual amount of time that transpired there was about 15-20 minutes. So it's just sped that up for you so you didn't have to sit there and wait while we were adjusting prices. But I do want to let you know it's not something where I'm adjusting prices when it's only taking a few minutes. I will tend to wait for that. But because those were taking 15-20 minutes in total, that is when I started to adjust the price a little bit. So I just wanted you to know that you weren't actually seeing the real-time speed of that video, but you were seeing something about 4 or 5 times sped up. But just a different strategy to adjust the pricing or not. In the trade before, you saw me sit and wait for a few minutes. In this one, where it's taking 15 or 20 minutes, I do want those orders to fill. So I am adjusting the prices to where I think they will fill. All right, let's check out the results of trade 25. So that closed on 8/14 of 2023. The S&P closed at 448.11. That brings the year-to-date total to 1806. That's a pretty good year-to-date total for the S&P 500. We picked up 0.98% on that trade. That brings our year-to-date to 31.49. So, here's kind of where our running tallies and Metrics are S&P 500 1806. Our trading strategy is 31.49. We're leading by about 13.5%. Winning trades are about 80%. Profit factor is 2.79. And again, we like to see that about greater than 1, so we're doing pretty good here. The trading percent is still kind of relatively high. I'm usually expecting to see it around 75% or so, so it wouldn't surprise me to see some losses along the way here, especially as we see the market falling a little bit, sort of in the sort of mid and short-term trends. Again, year to date, 1806 for the buy and hold strategy, which is what most people are typically doing. Our trading strategy is yielding 31.49. On our 3-year run, which also includes trading SPY, you can see that we did have a little adjustment to the SPY. On our last trade there, it had lost a little bit of value, but 13.2%, trailing the overall market. Again, I'm watching this one kind of carefully because in the prior year, it actually turned a positive result. So, averaging 10 and 13 together might be a little better than -6 and 30. We'll see, but ideally, I think I'm going to blend these two together and sort of balance the risk there. But our year-to-date total is 13. I'm sorry. Our year-to-date total is 31.49. So we are still ahead of the market as of August 14th. Going forward, what we're looking to do on this exit is hopefully we'll see the S&P 500 drop in price, and if it does, we'll buy back in. The only way to know if that actually happens is to check out our next trade. So we'll see what happens on that next trade. That's it for today. How do you think we're doing? Please comment below and let me know how this compares to other investments you've seen. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It should not be taken or interpreted as advice. Until next time.